From rags to riches, we all hear the stories about rock bands who are very poor before that big break. All of a sudden, things come to fruition. We never hear about the stories of bands who just don't make it. They have to go back to the factory, they have to move back in with mom and pop. But this is one of those great stories, not without sacrifice. They were living like bums, like beggars, like tramps, eating and drinking in the snow. Wait till you hear what they did to go to the bathroom and how they shaved before Grand Funk became one of the greatest bands from the early to mid 70s. Before the fame, and man, you got to hear the stories. Here's the man who led the band for so many years, Mark Farner.
By the way, speaking of the using the snow to shave or whatever, is that what you guys were doing when you were that poor before?
Well, that whole thing, melting down snow. Listen, we had never seen the ocean before, right? We're from Michigan. We're these young kids, 19 years old, out there in summer cottages on Cape Cod. Everything froze up. The pipes froze up. First it melted. The snow was melted down in the crawl space where we put all of these starfish and sea biscuits and all of these shells, because it's the first time we ever been to the ocean. We were going to take some of this back to Michigan with us. Dude, it all got froze into that ice. We had to leave it behind. We didn't pull one starfish out of there. So we're melting down, and we only have oatmeal. No sugar, nothing but oatmeal, no butter or anything to put on it, no syrup, oatmeal. We had a little salt, so a little salt and oatmeal, but it was good for us to get to that point where we were all surviving together and we were all dependent on the sanity of the next person to keep us zeroed into that sanity. Oh yeah, we're gonna work our way through this, but we got to eat oatmeal until that happens. Brother, we had an old chair that didn't have a bottom in it. It was a kitchen chair, wooden chair. We would line the sacks that we got from the East Sandwich grocer with plastic, and we'd take that chair in the bathroom. Hey, what a great place to take a shit, right? In the bathroom. And we would do it in that plastic lined paper bag, roll it up, and out it went someplace buried in the snowbank. Each guy would do his own little thing, make his own little trail out there and deposit. And I thought, oh, I would have hated to been the dude for spring cleanup around there, you know? Oh my gosh. It was bad. It was bad, but it was good for the soul. Bad for the band, because when we got home, Brother John, two of the guys were married. Craig Frost, who eventually became keyboard player for Grand Funk. His wife was threatening divorce. He had to quit. Kenny Rich, our guitar player from Canada, his wife, same deal, made him quit the band. And Rod Lester, who was playing bass at the time, he wasn't married, but the gal was not real happy with him that he was living with. So there we were, Don and I. And when he, said, well, what are we going to do? I said, dude, we should start a 3-piece band. And they can't be married. They can't even have girlfriends, okay? We don't want the women ruining our band. And we went up and we were at Delta Promotions in Bay City, which was the outfit that sent us out to the East Coast in the first place, told us that if we did good on this promotional tour, it was pitched to us as a promotional tour. It said, if you do good, we can go back and charge money. We didn't know that we were getting paid $350 a show. That came out later, and then we were really pissed. So we went to give them a piece of our mind and find out what happened to that money. And we're in the outer offices waiting for our turn to get in to talk to Kehoe, the head honcho. And it's a rehearsal facility too, and a recording facility at Delta Promotions at that time. And Question Mark and the Mysterians was in rehearsing. We didn't know it was them. We could just hear a band in there. And I'm hearing the bass coming through the walls. And I said, Brewer, man, you listening to this bass player? He says, yeah, how could I not listen to him? That's all that's coming through is the bass and the kick drum. I said, he can play. He said, yeah, man, let's find out who that is. Well, when they took a break, Mel Shocker comes walking out, and I go, Melvin. He goes, Mark, man. It's like, we went to the same school together. We hung out together. We jammed together. We smoked pot together, rode dirt bikes. I mean, we were buddies. And when I told him what we were up to, he said, man, this must be from God, because I'm having a hard time in this band right now. And I would be happy to join you guys. And we started rehearsal the next week, Brother John, in Flint, Michigan, at the Flint Federation of Musicians on Averill Street there. And Frank Guy, I'll never forget him. I can remember him coming out, and he's going like this. He's going, boys, turn that down. We can't even hear the phones ringing in here. Yeah, well, we wrote the music there. They'd go take a break and go get the food, burgers or whatever, get some lunch, and I would write the words to the song. I would be jamming a jam. They go, what's that? It's a jam, you guys. It's a jam. Do you have lyrics? No, but I'll have them by the time you get back. So that's how it happened. Most of the first album was exactly like with the exception of Heartbreaker.
Remember, make sure you subscribe to our channel, join our Patreon, get early access to our videos. You can make a donation to the channel. There's a link in the very top of the description. Buy a t-shirt, spread the word. I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music.